Okay, I'd like to call Ellis County Commission meeting to order. Can we all stand, please, for the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you all for coming. Bobby, can you call the roll, please?
Commissioner Nathan Liker.
Here.
Chair Neil Younger.
Here.
We do have a quorum.
Okay, and note that Mr. Burgess is absent. Okay. The order of business, everything stays the same. We will have one executive session. Prior minutes.
Prior minutes are good.
Okay. Okay, the consent agenda.
I move to approve consent agenda items A through G.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion approved. Issues from people outside of the agenda? Anything? Okay. And then the monthly departmental report? Anything?
I have no comment on that. It looked busy.
Okay, you feel busy. Okay, township, combining lots of different townships together. Bobby?
Bobby Dreiling, Ellis County Clerk. I'm going to just start out with a little bit of history. The last time that we disorganized and combined townships was back in 1971. At that time, we had 16 townships, and they were combined into 7. Those were Walker was split between Herzog and Victoria. Saline Township went into Catherine and Herzog. Pleasant Hill went into Ellis and Big Creek. Riverside went completely into Buckeye, and East and West Hamilton went into Ellis, and Smoky Hill went into Lookout Township. So, and I did show you, gentlemen, a map of how it used to look, and then I've given you a new map of how it's going to look after we get this process done, where we'll go from 9 townships to 4. So I started this process about 2.5 years ago when I took office. There had been a bunch of townships that were, a few of them that were asking for it for the last couple of years. Another thing that we always ran into was people did not want to run for the offices when they were up on the ballot. And when people would have write-in names, we would call them, and they usually turned the position down. So right now, I'm planning on disorganizing Lookout Township, Victoria Township, Wheatland, Ellis, and Catherine. So then that's going to leave me with Freedom, Herzog, Big Creek, and Buckeye. And right now with Lookout Township, their 3-member board have all agreed to the disorganization, as did Victoria. Wheatland, they do have a 2-member board, and I spoke with both of them. They were in agreement. And obviously Ellis only has 1-member board, and Catherine has not had any board for the last 1.5 years. So with that being said, the first thing that we're going to do today is I have 5 resolutions that I will have to go ahead and publish each resolution in the newspaper 2 times. And then after that, on that resolution, I provided a hearing date that I set for July 18th, right before our commission meeting that day. And that will allow any township resident to come in and ask questions of me. And it can't be something that they can come in and say, I don't want this. The only way that would happen is if from 30 days from the last publication of that resolution, if I get presented a petition with more than half of the electors signing it, that's the point where I can't then disorganize that township. So that would be the only reason why I couldn't disorganize them. If that time comes and goes, then I would do a second resolution that would be published, and that would then be all I would have to do, and that's where we would be. Bill, I think I was good with all that. Okay, do you guys have any questions of me?
Yeah, we gotta do what we gotta do if people been there, done that. A lot of them don't.
And, I am doing this under KSA 1110, which is meaning the county is now on a road system where the townships don't have to take care of the roads anymore. So basically, a lot of the townships were just levying for money to pay their board members, to do their publication of their budget and to preparation of their budget and to pay for the treasure bond. So, and I know for quite a few years, a lot of them haven't even been levying anything because they got money in their coffers that they're trying to spend down, so.
Okay, well, you answered some of my questions
Okay.
on what they were going to be, what they were actually designed to be used for, which was road work. What'll happen to the funds that are left in these townships
Right.
that are dissolved?
Each of the ones that are dissolved will, if they have any funds in their coffers, they will, whatever township they're getting attached to, it would go to that township. So like, for an example, Catherine Township, if they had any funds, they're getting disorganized and attached to Buckeye. So all those funds would go into the Buckeye fund, into their funds.
Okay. Any negative impacts from going ahead and combining these townships where we don't have enough people volunteering to participate?
I don't see any impact that this is going to cause.
Okay,
I mean, other than, it's one of those things that we have fought for years. The 12 years I've been here with the county, no one just wants to run for those positions. And so they're empty and it's hard to find a board. The last one we had was when Catherine tried to start up a board, but when they realized kind of what the township does nowadays, which is really nothing, they decided they weren't going to try to get a board together.
okay.
Yeah, and I do think the people that have volunteered for these, like I say, it's tough to get somebody to
Yeah.
to volunteer, and without volunteers, we don't operate very good. So I was going to
Yeah.
throw that out there so some people maybe you'll step up and
Right. I mean,
and
yeah,
help,
I mean,
help out.
it's great when you get people that, after you call 10 or 11 people that have their name written in and they all turn it down, then we go to the commission and they need to pick people, but, people just don't want to step up as much as they used to.
Right.
But,
Right, okay. Well, thank you, Bobby.
Sure.
Thanks, Bobby.
so I just need 5 motions.
Okay, well, I'll start, I move to approve and sign. Do I need to make all these completely separate, Bill, or,
You can do it all at once unless any of you want to pull any of them out to vote on separately.
so I can go through and go ahead and make a motion
You can do a
to,
motion to approve all of them.
Okay.
okay,
And then if Neil had an issue with one of them, he could ask them to be pulled out separately.
I have no issue. I mean, we're lucky we get this. So
Yeah.
so I'll move to approve and sign resolution 2307, 2308, 2309, 23-10, and 23-11. Disorganizing and attaching all those townships to their respective townships.
okay, I will second that. So we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye,
Aye.
Thank
Motion
you.
approved. Thank you.
thank you.
County Administrator report, which Darren's not present. Okay, County Commission reports.
I attended the Kansas Workforce One annual meeting on Friday virtually, and it'll be interesting coming forward. They have to tighten their belt. They've lost a $175,000 grant. So that'll be an impact that's going to be felt. So they're looking for other opportunities coming forward, but that'll be something that's recognizable.
Okay, thank you. I did attend the City of Hayes meeting. I did have an opportunity to go up and look at our remodel by Kim at the Ellis County. Other than that, the other thing is everybody be careful on 4th of July and enjoy it, so. Okay,
Just a reminder on the 4th of July, there are laws.
Yeah.
For anybody listening or watching, there are laws pertaining to the discharge of the fireworks.
Yep. Okay, thank you, Nate.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I guess we will
Okay.
do our,
At this time, I move the Board of County Commissioners recess into executive session under the following exemption to the Kansas Open Meetings Act pursuant to the attorney-client privilege exception, subject to be discussed as pending litigation. Open session to resume in 15 minutes, so open session will resume at 9 o'clock in the commission room. Those persons to attend in addition to the commissioners are Bill Jeter.
okay, and I'll second that.
Okay.
Okay, the meeting will adjourn at 9 o'clock.
Okay.